Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Kicking off the Tinker Day at 2 Stacks. I don't know what's going on with that rotor. It's got those circle things on it. I'm going to leave that here. I'm going to take a couple of bolts out of here, see if they're rusted. And I'm going to pull that hub from the other side and see what's going on with the brake parts over here. Now I remember this brake shoe being out of the clip over here. And it seemed like the top clip is longer than the bottom clip. And I think mine on Panthers come out of the clip. I heard it clanking. Yesterday I touched the handbrake handle and it stopped. So I wonder if mine is messed up. I also noticed that these rotors ride on the edge, like that 20% of the shoe. Not the whole shoe, because of a lip edge in the rotor. So let me bust this wheel off, try not to knock this car down, and see what I can get out of here. Came right down, no trouble. I don't know if that little strap comes out of that or not. I'm gonna pop those down. They don't look rusted at all on this car, which is good. I might pop this rotor off of here, see if it's worth a darn, and go from there. Fun times, man. I don't even think I can get my impact gun up under there. Might have to go back to the car, grab my breaker bar. Got those shock brackets off. Now I see a rubber flat back here on this one, which was missing from Byron's car. So I'm gonna take that, and I look like I could get one of these 17s and this 18. This is damaged, so I'm not gonna be able to get that. I was hoping I'd get that too, but I'm not gonna take it damaged. I am gonna remove it, hopefully, so that I could see what's going on with that post under it. I might have to check that on the other side. So here's that post on this side, and this screw will be on the post that long. So I'm not sure how far this bolt goes in before it starts grabbing threads. But man, maybe pretty far. Let's put that bolt up in there. That's how much of it sticks in there. So it's going up in there pretty far. That's how much of the bolt goes in before it starts catching threads. Let me pull it out and see how far that is. So there's no threads in here at all. The threads are all up there. So this doesn't bump any threads at all. Man, I'd have to drill a hole real deep to get all the way through that bolt. It's gonna be fun getting that out. Here I am, folks, about to leave Nordic. Came to get me some pro tips on dealing with this rust. Man, this is crazy. Got some good tips, so I'm gonna go apply what I learned, most of it. William actually showed me a tool that these guys use to heat up bolts. Incredible. I need to get one. If I'm gonna be messing around this rust, man, this rust is horrible. So let me get going, because it ain't getting nothing but hotter today. Time to get back on this V70R situation. Primarily these 2 busted bolts. As soon as I get those busted bolts dealt with, I could move forward and start getting this car put back together. I got a couple of ideas. Went out to a salvage yard, got a couple of parts, and got a couple of bolts, and this is what I'm going to do. While I was down at the salvage yard, I come to the realization that this post that hangs down about that far, that amount I've cut off, does not hit the bottom of this. This tube is kind of independent of that, and this is mainly for if you got the front wheel drive suspension. it'll hold that delta link in place. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut about a 1/2 inch of this off. I'm gonna leave the bolt, cut off the outer ring here. The threads are up in the car. Then I'm gonna leave enough bolt exposed so that I can put a extractor on it. These extractors that I'm putting in there are not cutting it, so I'm gonna put an extractor on the outside of it and try to turn it out. So let me go ahead and get my cutter and try to cut the whole way around here, about a 1/2 inch up, not cutting the bolt, just cutting the sleeve. Cut around that bolt best I could, probably 80% around it. Then I cut a slit in it. Now I'm gonna hit it with this chisel and a hammer to break off whatever's around it and have access to the bolt. So I have it chiseled open. I'm gonna go ahead and chisel it around and break that piece off. There it is. I have that much off. So I have that much of the bolt exposed. I'm gonna go ahead and heat it up and spray it with some penetrant, and then I'm gonna try to use an extractor on there, extractor socket, to unscrew it. Here's an extractor socket set I got, 6-piece impact extractor set. Part numbers right there. Different bolt sizes. I think this bolt is actually a 14, so man, this 12.7 may not work. So we'll see if it goes over there and try to get this thing to work. It's got this impact thing too. Came over here to do a fitting, and it looks like it's too small to fit on there. But see what else is going on? The bolt's actually turning out. So I could probably turn that out with a pair of vice grips. Then I'll start working on this one over here. And it's out, folks. One down, one to go. Feel much better about this thing having 3 good bolts instead of 2. As much as I was concerned about it, I heated up that front bolt, took it out, put some heat on this thing, putting some penetrant on it, letting it sit. Then I'm gonna put some more heat on it for 30 more seconds, and then I'm going to try to pull it out with vice grips. Well, how about that? I got it. Heat, penetrant, vice grips. Once it came loose, I put one of those extractor bolts on it. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, let me jack this thing up, get it back in position with a good bolt. One of these good 17s that has a loose washer, which indicates no rust. These have rust. I'll get one out of my bag that I got from the salvage yard. Clean it up a little bit, spray it down. Try to clean this out a little bit. I did get the brackets for these, so I'm gonna put that in place, tighten those down, put the cable in place, and set this parking brake up. The parking brake is rubbing in there, but it's not tight, so I'm gonna leave it there. I can take the wheel all the way around. Now that this is set, I can still turn it both ways with one hand. I'm gonna get this stuff up here set. I'm gonna clean that off with a wire brush, spray it with some penetrant oil or WD-40 or something, and bolt this stuff back together. If I find one of these in the junkyard one day, I'll probably grab it because those holes are kind of rusted out. There's a lot of rust in there, but that should be fine. Shouldn't have any problems within a year. Have the rotor secure, the caliper secure, the cable secure. Replace that thing back there that broke with the one from the salvage yard. Cable secure there. Got them run up inside, got them secure under the floor. They're sticking up right there. I'm getting ready to hook them up to the handbrake and secure that to the floor. Couldn't hook this up because the cable out here was sticking out, so I had to push that in just a little bit. Then I was able to get this cable in here bolted down. Had to get that out of the way. Now I got to get the switch back on. Then I got to get the rotor put back on and readjust it, and then I could work on putting the center console in after I change that trim piece. Oops, I got the calipers that don't have springs. I got the dust shield off the car that had the calipers that do have springs. Those calipers mount different, and this dust shield needs to be trimmed so that this caliper could mount onto the knuckle. You see the marks I made? I need to cut that out of these dust shields because I can't get the caliper bolts to line up with the dust shield in the way. I've been fighting with this for 10 minutes. So let me trim that, put this caliper on, this rotor back on, readjust these parking brakes. Work. Got a chunk cut out. Let me see if my calipers will fit now. The bottom fits fine. The top's still going to hit. I need to cut a little bit more off the top, then I'll be good to go. I adjust this T50 back here until this handle is pulled up to about right there. Got about a 1/4 inch sticking out. That should be good. I got this center console trim replaced. It has a little crack right there. If you have a crack on yours, I recommend you seal that with some clear epoxy. Other than that, it's just going to get worse, start flaking up, and you'll have a mess on your hand. There it is, folks. It is good to go. Parked on the hill, parking brake set. It is safe and secure. Good to go. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.